Like, if we take superheroes too seriously, it becomes less fun and becomes an environment that just breeds contempt for one another, and it's not great. There are two types of people in this world. One, person that doesn't like the briefs. Two, the person that does. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, Super Fit Cosplay. Look, I'm excited to talk about this topic today because it is kind of something that in the last two videos that I put up has really kind of been a focal point of some of the comments. In this case, the trunks, the briefs, the underwear on the outside of the suit. It not only in the just videos that I put up, but I think over the years there has been a lot of sort of back and forth about this. There are the people who want the briefs, there are the people who don't. So I think it's sort of important to talk a little bit about why the world may or may not need the briefs. I think it's an underrated topic to talk about, and I think that there's a lot more symbolism and importance that goes into this topic than you might realize. So first, we got to start why. Why did Superman have the briefs? Well, when Superman was created, he was of course modeled after circus performers, acrobats, strongmen, and that's why the briefs were on the outside of the suit, because that's what those sort of characters, that's what that demographic had. And that's how he was portrayed, as sort of a strong man, right? Obviously, Superman. And then the other thing is that Superman, he was designed to sort of stand out, right? So it's okay to look a little silly, a little campy with the trunks. I think that is an important thing to remember. So that's where they come from. Now, when they sort of went away, I mean, there have been multiple versions of Superman over the years, obviously, right? Without the trunks, without the cape even, without the belt, without even boots sometimes. But I think the first time that they notably went away, probably right around the DC 52 era. So, and I think that there's a couple different reasons why. Obviously, they were bringing Superman to a little bit more of a modern world, right? So do we want that campy? Do we want that silly? Maybe not. This is where Superman starts to become dark. I mean, in the first couple panels of the 52 comic, you know it's a different world. It's a dark world. So Superman, he's not only just now in the spandex suit, he's got this suit that has lines on it. It looks like it's sort of armor. It looks a little bit more badass, right? So where do the briefs fit in? They kind of don't. So especially if it's like an armor looking suit, they don't have any place with that sort of thing. And that, I think, is part of my problem with the new suit. Like, you've seen my video already about my honest reaction, but I think that's why I can't get past some things not working. I don't know that the briefs work with this new suit because it is a 52 suit and there is a lot going on, and it kind of defeats the purpose of why the 52 suit looked the way that it did. That's my opinion. You know, I'm really excited to hear about your opinions. Please comment down below. Tell me what you think. So that's why I'm not sure that they work. That said, with that suit, I think the briefs are important because Superman has always been a symbol of hope, and that classic Superman look is what so many of us sort of grew up with. There is now a generation who has grown up with the Henry Cavill and the 52, and the briefs do look silly. But I think for a lot of us, that classic look, and that includes the briefs, it just gives us that hope. It gives us that light at the end of that tunnel. And I think when we try to make Superman so modern and it becomes darker, and more real, I don't know. I don't think it takes the fun out of it. Like, I enjoyed the Henry Cavill version. I enjoy the darker versions. I enjoyed the Tyler Hoechlin. He doesn't have the briefs either. But there's something to be said about looking back at like Christopher Reeve or Dean Cain or George Reeves or the animated series, and just like looking at that classic look, and it's just like, huh, that's Superman. That's what it's supposed to look like. There's no right answer, right? There are plenty of people who prefer the no briefs, obviously. So I can't really sit here and say that's what it's supposed to look like, because it's all about inclusivity, right? Like, your version of Superman is your version of Superman, whether that includes the briefs or not. For me, I think that the briefs are an important part of the mythos, the history, the things that he stands for. Does it make or break? No. But does it instill a bit of nostalgia, a bit of happiness, a bit of excitement when you see that classic look? For me, yeah. Yeah, I do. I think, I mean, I can look at the Cavill suit and not think that, I don't think that anything's missing per se, but it just adds that hint of color. And that's the thing, is that Superman is a colorful character, and that is one of the things that I do love about the new suit, the David Cornsweat James Gunn suit, is that it is colorful, it is bright, it is vibrant. We don't know what it's going to look like post-production. We just don't. We really don't. We don't know if that's going to be his final suit. We don't know anything, but that's what we've seen. So I think that's the reason why it is important to really have the debate about the briefs, right? What do you think? What are your comments? Do you prefer the briefs? Do you not? Why? Do you think they're campy? Yeah, of course, I do. I think they're campy. I think they're silly. I think that that's okay, though. I think it's okay for a superhero to be silly and campy. I really do. I mean, look at the Marvel universe, right? Like the Marvel movies. Sure, there's a lot of seriousness in there, and the costumes and the uniforms and suits, whatever you want to call them, do have that sort of gritty feel. But then the humor, it's all campy. It's like all goofy. It's all silly. It's like that's what they tried to do with the Justice League, right? The Joss Whedon cut, and it didn't really work that well. Some parts of it did, but like, if we take superheroes too seriously, it becomes less fun and becomes an environment that just breeds contempt for one another, and it's not great. It just doesn't, it never ends well. So we got to stop taking it so seriously that we can't have a little fun. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on why I think that the world still needs the briefs and the trunks. Let me know what your thoughts are. And again, if you're liking this channel, remember, it's all about Superman, pop culture, fitness, cosplay, a little bit of everything. I'm sure I'll find a niche that you'll like. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you hit that like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding. Catch me at Melbourne Superman on Instagram. I will catch you next time.